I'm Mark Thorley, I'm the Events and Marketing Manager for Brighton Pier. The Brighton Pier is 117 years old. We have approximately 5.1 million visitors every year, mainly of course in the summer, which is the highest kind of peak for our season. The fun fair at the end of the pier was a new addition in the 90s. It's when the top of the pier got widened, and then in the mid-90s they introduced fun fair rides. The Booster is one of the most popular rides at the top of the pier, and it flies you up 130 feet. You're dangling over the ocean. It's definitely not for the shy or nervous types, especially if you suffer from vertigo. It holds 8 people at a time, and sometimes the queues can be half an hour for that ride, which is for Brighton Pier, which is quite a long time, but it also shows how popular it is. The Prince Regent, who later became King George IV, came to live here in Brighton. He brought a lot of his friends, family came down, brought a lot of money and interest into the town. And people then started to step away from London and come to Brighton. And moving forward from there, in the 1950s, when the British tourism really boomed after World War II, it's been very popular. Definitely had a revival as well recently. 2 hours in Brighton, so you get off the station and you want to head down to the beach. The first thing you want to do, get yourself a portion of fish and chips. Try not to get attacked by the seagulls. That's a challenge in itself. Walk on the pier, or even if you just came and walked around, sit in the deck chair, have an ice cream, go into town, have a drink somewhere, visit the North Lanes, really famous part of the shopping area there. And then I think just take 10 minutes out of that 2 hours and just sit on the beach and look at the view and enjoy what's there for you. There's just something special about Brighton. There's something very unique. It's very liberal. It's a very open-minded town. I think the freedom of the sea, that freedom of open air and space, you don't have that in places like Manchester or London necessarily. And you can be who you want to be and do what you want to do in Brighton, and no one will judge you for it. So the North Lanes are our answer to Camden. A group of independent and creative, colourful shops where you can go down that area and get anything from a tattoo to sushi. If you're a bohemian type of person, you will love it. The North Lanes were an area of housing which was derelict in the 1970s, and that hippies that were getting kicked out of London and squatters moved down and overtook these places. They started painting them all these colours, and it just became a little bit of its own identity. And from there they became shops, but it still kept that sense of community, I think, and that's been its foundation.